Good afternoon and welcome to the Happy Half Hour. I'm Leigh Kubin.
And I'm Sandra Priestley. Welcome to our podcast. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Yeah.
It is International Women's Day.
Yes.
Well, the day that we're recording this anyway. And I decided that I was going to post inspiring women and quotes that they have said over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And my gosh, there are some really good ones out there. Like I should have come prepared with them, but like Amelia Earhart and Coco Chanel, like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so cool to kind of go back through time.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes, and I can't remember who said it, but one of the quotes was something like, we are powerful women today, but we are also powerful because of the women that came before us.
Yeah.
And so I just love to kind of go back through time and like choose these iconic women. And I mean, of course, Sarah Blakely as well, Maya Angelou, like,
Yeah.
I had some of the ones that I quote all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea of just like, I don't know, we are a sum of all of the powerful women that came before
Because
us.
they paved the way
Yeah.
for us. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago it was that we couldn't vote. Wasn't 100 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
We couldn't have a bank account. We couldn't buy our own home or car or have a credit
Yeah.
card. Like,
Yeah. I know. It's like
and
freaking wild, right?
what they did before us so that we could have the future that we now have
Yeah.
should inspire us to continue for those girls coming up behind us.
Right. Oh, I love this one too from Rupi Kaur. Have you heard of her? What's the greatest lesson a woman should learn? That since day one, she's already had everything she needs within herself. It's the world that convinced her she did not. Like,
Yes.
just,
Yes.
I, yeah, I love it. I quoted Judy Garland, always be a first rate version of yourself instead of a second rate version of somebody else.
Yep.
And Coco Chanel, a girl should be two things, who and what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
But just, yeah, and I have some other ones coming up that I posted, but oh, what an amazing, I don't know why it just fills my heart today. I don't know that I've ever even posted on International Women's Day before, but I just had this inspired idea of like, okay, let's just post cool chicks. Like
Yeah.
even Coco Chanel, when I was reading a little bit about her, it said she wasn't trained. I mean, she was orphaned and she learned to sew in the orphanage. She said the only thing, like what got her to success was talent and following her intuition, like
Mm-hmm.
giftedness.
Mm-hmm.
She was just gifted in it and following her intuition
Yeah.
and
And
adjusting and failing and
well,
being
that's part of it.
outcast. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
But being in that orphanage
Mhm.
gave her sort of the push that she might not have found
Right?
out in the
Yeah.
real world, so to speak.
Right.
And so many people have a really tough childhood and they
Mhm.
get stuck in the story of how terrible things were for them.
Yeah.
And then they live the rest of their life like it's true and it becomes true because they never find their path
Right.
because they think that it was stolen.
Yeah. Even some like I'm meeting with some women too that I'm noticing where they might have had a blessed childhood or a, like not too terribly traumatic, but they were surrounded maybe by people who saw the negativity or the victimhood. And so they kind of fell into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like life is hard, Sandra. Like if you choose it to be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Get that
and
way.
I think it's interesting because I think that a lot of people just assume that if I don't post myself fucking crying, that I don't have like that my life is easy. Right. And I choose not to post myself crying because A, I
Right.
don't like those posts. B, I want to be inspiring to other people. So I will sort of say how I move through things, but I don't sit in my trauma and trauma dump it all over fucking social
Yeah.
media. And so any difficult times I come through, I always sort of like give the lesson that I've learned. But I think that a lot of times people assume, well, her life must be easy and that's why she can do this. But you and I both know that life is not fucking easy for anyone. I mean, there's difficult, traumatic shit we move through.
Yeah. It's
And
how we interpret it and what we make it mean
yeah,
that really
exactly.
determines everything.
Exactly. Exactly. And I do think that if we get stuck in it, if we get stuck in it, like when we get stuck in that story, we don't actually progress to see the greatness that's on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But if we can sit in it and feel the discomfort
Mm-hmm.
and not roll around in it and rub shit on our faces with it, like if we can just hold on for one more day, like Wilson Phillips says,
Yeah.
it's like magic happens. And now,
Yeah. 100%.
yeah.
Friday was the most beautiful day. I was nominated for a Women of Wilco. I was one of the finalists, and it was an honor because when you look around at the women that surrounded me, it was just like, holy shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's people that I aspire to be not like them, but like their heart
Hmm. Yeah.
and the way they give and love and do for our community. And so it was just one of those moments of like I knew it was coming. I got notified when I was in Japan. And I remember getting the email going, of course that just happened. Of course that just happened.
Right. Right.
And so the luncheon was on Friday. And so it was a high for me being
Mm,
in that room with all of those women and then all of the women supporting those women. It
right.
You could feel the power in it and the love and the excitement. And I was in awe and like my heart was completely full. And so it was like a moment of, oh, and then there's this other moment that's happening simultaneously that is at the other end of the spectrum that in years past might have completely derailed me to where maybe I wouldn't go to the luncheon or I would show up, but I would show up sheepish or whatever. And I have been able to compartmentalize and go, this isn't about me because it's not about me directly.
Hmm.
However, it does affect me a bit.
Yeah.
But 27 days ago, I started my 12 wishes.
Right.
I knew I was going to unleash some things. And I know, like, I was talking to myself, going, honey, it hits the fan about day 14. So
Right.
just hang on. And I had two very specific wishes that aren't within my control, that do not, it's not really about me, but it is maybe a little bit about me. But nothing that I could orchestrate. And so that seemed logical to put that in the universe's list. And poof, everything explodes. I think the fire starts Tuesday night. And it's burning bigger and bigger to where Friday, I could have just said, I can't do this, or I could have just not fully shown up. But I was like, I am not going to miss this moment.
Yeah.
Like, that will be waiting for me when I get back. And
The thing that I want to like the way that you're sharing it, it was like, okay, well, this isn't about me and I'm okay. But like it deeply does affect you,
yeah,
even though you're not in control of it. And the thing for me is like, when you texted me and you're like, I'm shaking a little bit, like I'm like, it was a significant thing for you to go through. And also, and I think anyone would have understood if you didn't go to that awards bank or luncheon. And I think most people probably would have not gone. Like, I think in this situation, like that's
that's
why
not what I teach, Sandra.
I know, I know. And that's why I love it so much, like this story, because the way that it feels like you're kind of downplaying it, but like it does deeply affect you. And also you still showed the fuck up.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I love that because I think we have a responsibility. I usually don't say this, but we have a responsibility to kind of like say what we preach or what
Yeah.
we, like who would we fucking be if we told everyone to do stuff we wouldn't do ourselves,
Correct.
right?
Now, I did not. Now, to our listeners, one day I will talk about all of this, but now is not the time. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm being sort of, but I didn't show up there and tell anyone
Right.
anything that was going on, not because I'm ashamed or embarrassed but it wasn't the place.
Yeah.
That was a celebration of all of us. And I was fueled when I left, inspired, in awe. Like it was just what my soul needed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got home, everything blew up around bedtime. And I texted you, I was shaky.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this just happened.
Yeah.
And then we're talking, imagining what could come out of this. And this is what I love about our relationship is that we can look at the what if and go, what if I asked for these specific things in my wishes
Uh-huh.
and this is the only way to get there? This is just, sometimes the way is messy. And sometimes we get a little shaky when we see what we have to walk through. But what if this is just what this particular situation needs to change and become what I put in my book, wishes?
Well,
And
and I could sit with you in it because that exact thing happened to me, right? Like I was in, I mean, similar but not so
right,
similar situation. And it was absolutely out of control. It wasn't directly related to me. So I really had no control. And I was absolutely shaky. I remember you saying to me, because we had a phone call, same thing happened, right? I said, this just happened. You're like, okay. We had a phone call, and you said you were surprised that I was as calm as I
because you had
was.
texted first. And so when
Right.
I called, I was expecting you to be like hanging off the cliff.
Right. And I mean, kind of similar to duck on water, though, right? Like I can be perceived to be okay, but like internally freaking the fuck out. But I know enough. Well, similar to like the advice that I got when I was going to have my first without an epidural, right? Don't fucking lose it. Because if you
Yeah.
lose it, you won't get it back. And I have really felt that.
Yeah.
Like, and I explained it to you when we were talking. It feels like this like whooshing feeling. Like, I don't know, you're in a really like in an inner tube on a rushing river or something. Like you just feel like, holy fuck, here goes life and I'm going with it, but I can't steer this fucking boat.
Yeah.
And you kind of gotta like just lean on faith because you really have no control.
Mhm.
The only option you got to me is to lean on faith and to trust that it will be okay and that you will be okay no matter what. Because that's when the anxiety takes over. When we start to fucking panic thinking we can't handle the worst case scenario, that's all we're thinking about.
Yeah.
But if we go, okay, this is happening for a reason. If we Gabby Bernstein it out, universe always has our back. It's going to be okay. And I'm going to be able to handle it. Then it's like, it takes the edge off.
Yeah.
It takes the edge
It
off.
does. And it's not like I haven't been down this road before
Mm-hmm.
and haven't seen things eh, again, kind of with the wishes. It
Yeah.
wasn't in this format where I was burning wishes every day for 12 days or 11
Yeah.
days or whatever it
11
was.
days. Yeah.
But it was, I had some things that I was not happy with in my life, and I started telling different stories about them.
Yeah.
And day 14, it hits the fan. But
Mm-hmm.
by day 30, everything is wrapped up. Now, I don't think this is going to be wrapped up in 3 days, and that's fine. But in this past situation, it was 30 days and everything was wrapped up, but it was better than I would have asked for or even could have imagined.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting and laughing, going, that was really cool. Thanks, universe. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to tell a better story to calm my nerves. And you come in and bulldoze everything and make it better than I would have thought to ask. Huh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have evidence of things working out really better than I could imagine. And so that's sort of what I'm expecting.
Well, and is it Abraham Hicks? Who is it that says that if where you are and where you're want to be or meant to be are so far apart, but yet you want to like quantum leap into that spot? Like you really, really are focused on achieving that. The universe is going to come through and give it to you in the fastest fucking way possible.
And if that's the case, you better hold on tight because it's a rough ride.
Right?
And
Remember
Abraham
when,
does not advise quantum leaping,
yeah, I
but she
can't,
says you
is it?
can.
Yeah. And, but is it Abraham that says this? Who is it?
I mean, Abraham
My
talks
daughter?
about quantum leaps, but she talks, I mean, when
Yeah, I
it's
prefer
that
the
quick, it's,
flow.
well, I
But
don't know. In this case, there are some things that like my wish, I didn't want to drag out. Like, I think
yeah,
this is pull the band-aid off is probably,
best way possible.
yeah.
I remember when my similar situation happened.
Mhm.
I remember praying. I was praying so hard. Please help. Please help. Please help. If you're up there and you're listening, I'm like, please help. And I heard so loudly, I am. Like God was pissed with me.
Yeah.
Because,
Hello.
like it was like, and I needed that. It was like the strongest, most powerful, most like stern voice. It was not a kind voice. It was not a soft voice. It was like a get over yourself, like you're fucking losing it right now. I am helping. And that brought me a lot of peace too.
Mhm.
Because I do believe like it is we're always being helped. And it doesn't always feel comfortable.
Yeah. And the unknown is a little scary.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's be honest. It's not a little scary. It's fucking really
Really
scary.
fun, scary. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But when we can look at it like, I don't know what's going to happen, but because things always work out just like they're supposed to,
Yeah.
I don't really need to worry. So why
Yeah.
don't I enjoy this ride that I wanted to get on?
Yeah.
You know, I came for a ride on the river, ride the fucking river.
Yeah.
There's
And
going to
some
be
days,
twists and turns and bumpy rides, but that's part of it.
yeah. Well, and I mean, if you think about it, we could, the river is a really good example because if you think about it, let's say you're on this inner tube going down this river and you're in the calm spot. You could be sitting there in the calm spot, fucking worrying about the fact that what's coming up, what's going, you're
Am I going
missing
to go down a hill? Oh my gosh.
missing the calm,
Yes.
right? Is there a waterfall up there? I don't know if I can handle it. How big is the waterfall? I'm not sure that I can take it. What if I die? But in the meantime, you're just like, doop, 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 but you're ruining your peace.
Mm-hmm. And
And then
that,
if, yes, and then we see the waterfall and it might be 2 feet. We don't know, but we see it. We like panic and we're starting to try to backpedal and we're starting to try to avoid it and we don't want to go over it. And so we're like grabbing onto trees and sticks and all the rest of the stuff. Is there a beaver dam? Can I grab onto a beaver? All of the things. And then we go over it and it's 2 fucking feet.
yeah.
And then beautiful beach is on the other side. We spend so much time fearing and
Yeah.
instead of experiencing the beauty and then trying to avoid the discomfort.
Yeah.
But when we avoid the discomfort, we don't get the peace on the other side. We make
Or
it so
the
much worse.
experience of the waterfall.
Right. The other thing is too, is if we are resisting pain, if we're resisting anything we're fearful from, if
Mhm.
we're resisting anything, bad or unwanted, we're also not allowing in the good shit.
Correct.
And so the fact that you could like allow in whatever happened in your life last week
Yeah.
in like the for the negative, even though it was fearful, it allowed in the good too. And you were able to see it,
And experience it.
experience it. You weren't like a shaking leaf holding on and sort of, stopping life. And then you were able to go to the luncheon and it was amazing. And yeah.
Feel the love. But
Yeah.
we do, so many of us get stuck in the fear. And I mean, 20 years ago, this week would have unfolded for me very different. Just
Yeah.
with awareness level and hiding and all of that. But I had a client that came in to see me today and she's making some changes in her life. Her family has come to her and said, we're worried about your drinking. And I mean, like intervention letters. Now she's very accomplished, very educated. I mean, has an amazing life. She's married, like everything is really working out. But her husband is also like, yeah, enough is enough. And she quit, I want to say 6 weeks ago, and was just done. And I was like, wow, okay. Well, last week she had a slip up, and she went to lunch and ordered a drink and drank it, and then went back to work. And then she's at work and she's not focused and she's not paying attention. Like, she's like, shit, why did I do that? And because now I'm not as focused as I need to be here, and I could miss a detail. And I've got so much to do tonight. And so she sort of beat up on herself for a minute. And then she went, I can't do anything about it now. I could just not stop by the liquor store and pick up more.
Yeah.
And she got back to work, kind of refocused, went and did all of the things she needed to do that night. And kind of was like, oh, I feel like I'm back at ground zero. And it's like, but look at what you did.
Yeah.
A month ago, you would have been by the liquor store to grab something on the way back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, no, I've got all this stuff to do. I ain't got time for this.
Mm-hmm.
And so her husband was not at all happy. And her mother's calling her. I'm worried about you. Her best friend is calling her, going, you don't understand that if you go down this path, here's all the terrible things that are going to happen to you and unfold for you. And I'm wanting to tell everyone to shut the fuck up. Let her look at her life and go, is this getting me to where I want to be or away from it? Because she is the only one that gets to decide the kind of life she wants to live. So take your hands off of it.
Yeah.
And let her steer the fucking boat.
Yeah. And they're catastrophizing, right? Like they're looking at like what happened one drink at lunch. Mm-hmm. And they're looking to, okay, this is like the first step and this is where it's going to head. And they're sort of like creating her life for her where it doesn't need to be. I mean, yeah. The bottom
and
line
then whispering in her ears.
Yeah.
Which is telling her,
this.
Yeah. And
this is what is going to happen. We don't trust you.
Yeah.
But I mean, slips are part of recovery.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it would be great if people just, were able to like, bang, turn on the light.
And I have
seen
that where people turn it off, but it doesn't happen like that all the time. But I feel like the progress that she has made has been remarkable, because the way that they were explaining it to me before I started working with her was like, there's almost no hope. This is a lost cause. Like, we don't know what else to do. And then working with her, it's like, oh, they don't really know who you are, do they? Not that I say this.
Right.
I tell her, if I were talking to them, I would tell them, shh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, because you are the only one that gets to decide the direction of your life. So where do you want it to go?
Yeah, exactly.
And to watch her get lit up and go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, it's like, well, then go do that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going off and doing that, this isn't really a part of that.
Exactly.
And then she can see it and feel it and taste it and touch it and smell it.
Yeah.
But I think we're all like that. Like, we need to realize we're steering the ship. We can't affect everything that bounces up against us. So we've got to be steady in that and know, oh, this bumped up against the ship, pushed me over here because maybe I need to go over here.
Yeah.
and trust instead of thinking everything has to be perfect at all
Right.
times in every
Right.
moment.
And one tiny thing can be a learning opportunity, not a disaster.
If we let it,
Yeah.
but we gotta let it. Got to let go sometimes.
That's true. Give it a go and go to sleep.
That's right. You take care
Yeah,
of this now. But I think with that, we are out of time.
we are. Wow. That is so fast.
So fast. Well, thank you, Sandra,
Thank you.
very much. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday on the Happy Half Hour. Bye.
Bye.